Dangerous Mountain Road, Truck Simulator Story. It was raining heavily. Dark clouds were roaring across the sky, and between the mountains, a huge green truck was slowly moving along a dangerous road. The driver of the truck was Hamza. He was not an ordinary driver. Throughout the city, people used to say, "If anyone can cross dangerous roads, it's only Hamza." On the back of the truck, large words were written. Roads may be dangerous, but they can never stop the brave. That night, Hamza had to deliver very important supplies to the other side of the mountains. If the supplies did not arrive on time, an entire village would fall into trouble because the truck was loaded with food and medicines. But the problem was the road he had to travel on. People called it the Road of Death. The road was so narrow that one small mistake could send a vehicle thousands of feet down into the deep valley below. Hamza started the truck. The engine roared loudly. Vroom. Rain slammed against the windshield. The wipers were moving at full speed, but he still could not see clearly ahead. Hamza gripped the steering wheel tightly and whispered, "Ya Allah, please help me." As the truck climbed higher, the road became even more dangerous. A mountain wall on one side, and a deadly deep cliff on the other. Suddenly, a landslide crashed onto the road ahead. Hamza immediately slammed on the brakes. The truck began to slide dangerously. Smoke burst from the tires. Half of the truck was hanging toward the cliff. Only a small roadside barrier was stopping it from falling. Sweat appeared on Hamza's forehead. Slowly, he turned the steering wheel, pressed the accelerator, and gave it everything he had. The truck's engine screamed. Vroom. Then suddenly, the truck climbed back onto the road. Hamza took a deep breath. "I can't give up now." And once again, he continued his journey. After some time, he noticed a broken-down bus on the road ahead. Several passengers were trapped. Inside, the rain was getting heavier. Small rocks were falling from the mountain. People looked terrified. Hamza quickly stepped out of his truck. He asked the bus driver, "What happened?" The driver replied, "The engine stopped working, and there's no network signal here." Hamza thought for a moment. Then he pulled out a heavy chain from his truck and started towing the bus. The road was extremely slippery. The truck kept sliding again and again. But Hamza continued driving with courage. After crossing several deadly turns, he finally pulled the bus to a safe area. The passengers inside the bus started crying with relief. An old man looked at Hamza and said, "Son, if you hadn't come today, we might not have survived." Hamza simply smiled and replied, "If travelers don't help each other, the roads become even more dangerous." Then he continued toward his original destination. In the final hours of the night, he finally reached the village. The villagers had been waiting for him. As soon as the truck entered the village, children started shouting happily, "The supplies are here! The supplies are here!" Hamza stepped out of the truck. The rain had finally stopped. The sky was clearing, and the first sunlight of morning was shining over the mountains. One of the village elders said, "Today, you didn't just deliver supplies, you delivered hope." Hamza looked back at his truck. Even after the mud, rain, and deadly roads, the truck was still standing strong. The line written on the back of the truck was shining brightly. Destinations belong to those who keep moving forward despite their fear.